ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। जय श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभुनित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैतगदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामो 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 हरे हरे. So today the topic that I would like to go for the Harikatha is what is the goal of our life. And before I get into the Harikatha, I would like to just sing this particular bhajan as a prelude.
I want to know this Gurudeva.
So if you see, this is starting with the very, very important questions. And the final question is, what should I do, O Gurudeva? So this leads to our topic, which is basically what is the goal of our life. So the song I just played is actually our Gogul Bhajan song. I wrote and composed a long time ago. So if you follow the song, and this is what you will finally understand is what should I do and what should be the goal of my life. Okay, so that is what we are going to do today. So if we see our life over many births and deaths, this is how it looks like. This is my diary. My diary is very simple. I was born, I was dead. And another again I was born and I was dead. I was born, I was dead. I was born, I was dead. So this has been our diary. This is our life diary. Since the time immemorial, this is what basically we have been doing, born and dead. And in between we do something here and there. That's what it is. So even if we see every day, it looks like about 400,000 babies are born. And 160,000 people actually only die. And the average life expectancy is only 70 years. That's what we think. But the thing is many die by accidents. But anyway, we have been wandering. That means we have been going over so many universes, born and dead and born and dead. That is why the Shastra says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona. Bhagyavan Jiva. Bhagyavan Jiva. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya. Bhakti Lata Bija. Bhakti Lata Bija. So this is the core sloka of this Harikatha today. So according to our karma, all the living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe, being born and dead and born and dead. And sometimes they go to heaven, sometimes go to hell, and back and forth and back and forth, and many millions of times these living souls have been doing it. But sometimes that Krishna, out of his mercy, he will send you a guru. So when that fortunate, that lucky soul finds a guru and surrenders and taking shelter, then he will be saved. So he doesn't have to be born again and born again. He will be just freed from these material, the living forever and go back to the spiritual world. So in a nutshell, we have been in the planets, so many times. And right now we are in our planets. So this planet, what we really have is full of so much of crowded. And we have been caught in this never-ending birth-death cycle, as I was mentioning. So there are 8.4 million kinds of species we are being born. 8.4 million kinds. So this is actually also the scientists are now actually finding that this is very true. So what it is saying? Jalaja navalakshani sthavara lakshvimsati krumayo rutra sangyakaha pakshinam dasalakshanam trimsallakshani pasavaha Chadurlakshani Manushaha. This is from Padma Purana. So there are 900,000 kinds of aquatics. Those live in the water. And 2 million kinds of trees and plants. And 1.1 million kinds of insects and reptiles. And 1 million kinds of birds. And 3 million kinds of four-legged animals, beasts. And only 400,000 kinds of human species in entire all the universes wherever you have been going. But this has been going on with us, and we are born like this, any of these kind of insects, and sometimes human, and again dogs and cats and these and animal, these birds. This is our situation. And if you really see, and between this birth and death, there have been so many diseases that we go through, and finally stuck in the old age until death. So what is going on? Birth, disease, old age, death. Birth, disease, old age, death. This no ending, no ending. This is basically what we have been caught into. This is big problem. And what has been our soul diary, as I mentioned? Our soul diary is simple. I was born, I was happy little bit, but lot of sufferings only. I didn't even have things for me to eat even. I didn't have a good living at all. I didn't even have good clothing. Then I died. Then I was born again. I was happy very little again, but lot of suffering. Then I died. Then I was born again. And on and on and on. It is very long diary with millions of pages. But every page, very simple. I was born, did something, and died. And now the thing is,
Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jagare shayanam, iha samsare, bahudustare, kripaya pare, pahi murare. Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Murare.
oh Lord, I am caught in the cycle of birth and death. Oh merciful Lord, oh Murari, please save me. I don't have any way to escape from this samsara. It is a never-ending birth and death. I am sick of it. Oh Lord, oh Krishna, please save me. I don't want to be born again. I want to get out of this samsara ocean. So disease, old age are very miserable. In this world, no one can escape from old age. No one can escape from diseases either. It will come. It will come. So, if you are intelligent, you will understand that we are in a very horrible position. We have been trapped in the samsara like in a jail. We are bound and put in a jail. We have to understand this first. Otherwise, we are foolish. So what should be the intelligent thing to do? In that song, what should I do, Gurudev? So what should be that intelligent thing to do? It is to escape from the jail. So our main goal should be to get out of this jail and become free forever and fly like a free bird. So what should be our real goal? The real goal, is that the real goal should be the richest man in this world? When one dies, he cannot even take even a penny with him. And everyone has to die. In the next birth, he may be born as a dog or cat and wandering in the street, who knows? Depending on the karma what he did. And is your goal to become a famous sports star? Very soon he becomes old and cannot even walk without walking stick. Only few years of his life he can be like this. And in the next birth, because if he becomes a runner, then he will be born as a horse, so that he can be running and running and running. What use is this? And is your goal to become a pilot? How many years that you are going to be flying? In the next birth, you may be born as an eagle or a vulture and flying in the sky all the time. And is your goal is to become a great mountain climber? When you die, you may be born as a mountain goat. Always you You are just climbing on the mountains. And when you die, you may be born as a mountain goat or a tiger and roaming in the mountains and jungles. Is your goal is to become a great doctor? Doctor? Unfortunately, when we leave our body, we will be only become a ghost. The body is not going to come with us. No physical body. So what will you do with this medical knowledge what you have? All the doctor's business is only with the body and body is not there. When you die, your body is not going to come. So doctors have no work in the spiritual world because there is no body, physical body in the spiritual world. If your goal is to become an engineer, there is no machine in the spiritual world. Everything is so fantastically, by the will of the mind, it will work. You will be born again and again and again, trying to really take care of this problem, that problem, building this, building that. That's what you will be doing. But what they use? Or some people even want to do some gimmicks, stunts, and to attract the people. What good is that? Is that a goal? No use. And take, for example, the king of pop singer. You want to become? You want to become like Michael Jackson? Just to take Michael Jackson alone. What kind of life he had? He got 20 to 30 millions in spending every year. And he had 300 to 400 millions in debts. Debt. 300 to 400 millions. And he was always in anxiety, worry. So much of worry. Why? I want to make the next production better than what I did. I want to become the most famous. How can I really keep my name and fame forever? He wanted to live forever. But he could not even get a sleep. You know what he did? So he wanted to live forever as much as he could. Maybe 150 years or something at least. He even slept in the special oxygen, actually the ozone, an oxygen chamber, as you can see. Even then he could not sleep. He used sleeping pills and painkillers and heavy drugs. There were 12 doctors appointed to take care of him alone. They will be examining him, and from all the way from the hair to all the way to the toenails, complete examination. His food was also tested in laboratory before serving. Another 15 persons will be appointed to look after his daily exercise and workout. His bed had the technology to regulate the oxygen level. Organ donors, because suppose what happens if the kidney fails or something fails, where all there were so many people who could donate their kidneys and all the organs. If Michael Jackson had some problem in the organs and that needs some replacement. So the maintenance of these donors were taken care of by him too. He was proceeding with a dream of living for a long, long, long time. How much? He was thinking probably maybe 200 years. But he cannot live forever anyway. Even Brahma cannot live forever. But alas, he failed miserably. At the age of 50 years itself, he died. At the age of 50, his heart stopped functioning. Michael Jackson tried to challenge the death, but the death challenged him back. In his entire life, he was fighting to get a little sleep though. But he was called the richest person. I mean, not the richest, one of the rich person in the world. Very rich and famous. What is the use of being rich if we cannot even take little sleep? What is the use of it? You know who is the richest person in the world? One who can sleep anywhere without any worry at all. If you can sleep like that, you are one of the richest persons in the world. Because all the so-called famous CEOs, CFOs and all kinds of big guys, they cannot get a sleep. Without drugs, without pills, they cannot sleep. So if you can sleep without any sleeping pills, without any worry, wherever, then you are the richest person in the world. Look at this. They do not have any worry at all. Whatever Lord arranged, they are satisfied with. So if you can sleep without worry, you are the richest. Devotees can sleep even in most crooked place also. They know that this world is not to enjoy. They know it. This world has so much of problems, especially in Nigeria. We have seen so many problems. So what should be our real goal? That is the Harikatha point. Our goal should be to become the devotee of Krishna, so that we will cut and we will put an end to this samsara ocean, repeated birth and death and old age, disease, everything will be finished, and we'll be always eternally going back, and we'll be always happy with Krishna, dancing with him. So when we become a devotee, taking shelter of a guru and doing Guru Seva and Krishna Seva, and do bhajans, and then go to sleep, your life will be so blissful, very happy and meaningful. And you don't even need that many hours to sleep actually. Because devotees, because of the position, they don't need that much of sleep actually. But if you are not a devotee, if your goal is not to become a devotee, you will be born again and again and again. And you may want to really make world history like Michael Jackson. But what is the use? What use for him? What is the use for if you want to become famous? And you may become a world in the history, world history, then what is the use of it? You are going to be born again and then suffer. Just making the history book is not going to guarantee that you are not going to be born. You could be born as a donkey. In fact, what the Shastra says is, if one sings pop music, pop songs, Shastra says that he will be born as a donkey in his next life. But so our goal of getting Krishna Bhakti is not easy also. See, very important. Krishna Bhakti can be obtained only in two conditions. Must be born as a human being and must be also born on earth-like planet. Why? Why not heaven? Why not in hell? If you see, in heaven there will be always completely enjoyment. But this enjoyment is not permanent. After their karma, punya is done, they will be falling back down again, back to square one. So because they are enjoying, taking one ride versus other ride, there is no time to think about God. So they have problem. They cannot get Krishna Bhakti. And also in hell, the hell is always sufferings. We can see Nigeria is also. So how do you spell Nigeria? H-E-L-L. That's how I have seen. At least the place where I have seen. It is hell. So that is how you spell Nigeria. H-E-L-L. And now in hell, always sufferings. There is no way or time to think about God. If at all somebody comes, then you are lucky. So because of the suffering due to bad karma, it is very, very difficult to really get God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Because then after that what happens? Again born as a dog or a cat or pig, anything. So you have to be born as a human being and you have to be born on earth. See, that is what we are. See, we are born as human being and we are on this earth. So that Shastra says, Swargino apiyetam ichandi lokam nirayinastata sadakam jnana bhaktipyam ubayam tat ashatakam. Uddhava Gita. So here Lord Krishna is actually talking to Uddhava, his Prime Minister. Oh Uddhava, listen. Inhabitants, those who live in hell or in heavenly planets, they are praying to be born as a human being on earth. Why? Because they cannot do any spiritual progress. There is no spiritual progress possible in heaven or hell. Because the heaven and hell, they do not provide any facility to become a Krishna Bhakta. How can we actually then happy in this life and the next life? It should be our goal. So our real goal should be eternally happy. In this life also we will become happy. Only one condition: if we become a Krishna Bhakta, if we become a devotee, and if you are surrendered to a Guru and you are doing Guru Seva and Krishna Seva, you will be happy in this life, and this world of this miserable world, being born and dead is going to be finished, and you will go back to Krishna, to his spiritual world, and be permanently happy all the time. That is eternally happy there. So as soon as you get Krishna Bhakti, you are happy. No sorrow can touch you. Krishna takes care of you. But you have to surrender. Have wise. So you have to ask a question. Did I surrender 100% to Krishna and Gurudev? That is the question. So by serving Sri Guru and Radha Krishna, you will be happy in this life. And go back to Krishna, where it is always happy. The Gokul or Goroka is always happy. Once we go there, we never return, and permanently happy. No worries. No worry can touch us. Always happy and bliss. So we should chant and chant whatever the mantra that Gurudev has given, and associate with pure devotees, not with everybody. Only pure devotees can give Krishna Bhakti. Not everybody. So many people are trying to, they are actually bogus. But it has to come under Guru Parampara, proper Guru Parampara, and authorized, and who has realized Krishna, who has Krishna in his heart. Only that Guru can give Krishna. So, what is the summary today? We are born and dead millions of times. Right? Millions of times. Human birth on earth is for liberation. Liberation is not a good word. It's for human birth on earth is for liberation, but also for Krishna Bhakti, which is even higher than the liberation. We don't want to go to Vaikuntha. We want to just go and then serve Krishna. So for that we need Krishna Bhakti, and that Krishna Bhakti gives the highest happiness. So our only goal must be to get Krishna Bhakti. At the same time, in this life, we have to balance our life. We have to live very simple living, high thinking. So simple live, and use your all the time, most of the time, to serve Guru and Krishna. And by serving Guru and Krishna, we will go back to Krishna and be there. So you all understood our real goal. So what is it? To get Krishna Bhakti and go back to Krishna and serve him is our real goal. That is the real goal. So what are you waiting for? Let us go.
Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go, let us go. To his sweet Goloka, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go, let us go. To his sweet Goloka, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Come to play with Govinda, let us go. Take all the cows to her, let us go. Come to play with Govinda, let us go. Take all the cows to her, let us go. Pack the lunch to eat with him. Let us go, let us go. Milk all his little cows. Let us go. Pack the lunch to eat with him. Let us go, let us go. Milk all his little cows. Let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us. Let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us. Let us go. Come to play in Yamuna, let us go. Run around the Govardhan, let us go. Come to play in Yamuna, let us go. Run around the Govardhan, let us go. Sing with him, play with him, let us go, let us go. Dance with him forever, let us go. Sing with him, play with him, let us go, let us go. Dance with him forever, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go, let us go. To his sweet Goloka, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go, let us go. To his sweet Goloka, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, 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 let us go.
We all should go back to Krishna and to be there, permanently happy, and that should be your real goal. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Vanjakalpatarupyacha kripa sindubhyevacha padithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.